Well, hello and welcome to another edition of the Crypto Club and Digital Assets Weekly Catch-up on Zoom. It is Sunday, the 17th of August, and as is always the case, never quite know what we're going to be talking about in these sessions. Really depends upon who shows up and what they want to talk about. Typically, though, we'll have conversations about blockchain, whether that's layer one or layer two solutions, DeFi, NFTs, the metaverse, crypto in general, central bank digital currencies, regulation, intersection of IoT, many other areas really. We also get to talk about the impact of AI on crypto as well. So hopefully something for everybody. Hope you enjoy the session. Do click on the like, the subscribe, even better come along to a future event. There's details in the link below on how to join in. Sessions are held every Sunday evening, 7 p.m. till 8 p.m. UK time, and doesn't matter whether you're a novice or an expert, you're more than welcome. So with that, let's see who's going to come and join us today. Hey, JT, welcome back.
Hey Gary, again, only us two.
Yeah, nice and quiet. I think everyone's out enjoying the barbecue weather at the moment.
Yeah, I'm out and about as well. So
Yeah. So
I,
we can do this week's session a bit differently because normally it's right at the last minute. You come up with loads and loads of really interesting stuff. So this time you can say at the beginning.
this time I'm out and about. So I don't know much. I have been kind of abstracted this last week,
Okay.
from what's happening because there's not much happening, to be frank.
But
It's
this is
holidays.
I was going to say it's fairly normal, isn't it? The middle of the summer type thing, or certainly the Western summer. It does tend to go a bit quiet. I did notice though the news about looks like Japan FSA is going to approve a stable coin pegged against Japanese yen, which I thought seems to be everyone's jumping onto the bandwagon of having stable coins.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
So it,
that's that's gonna happen everywhere. As soon as the that what's it called? The Genius Act, wasn't it, in the US,
yeah, yeah,
came forward, then of course around the world people are not gonna stay sleeping.
yeah.
So uh,
But but it's
they don't
going to be
want
interesting.
to they don't want to really be inundated because that will happen. There's going to be so many stable coins backed by US dollars. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, and of course, Japan is one of those countries that had a lot of experience with US dollar, right? So I think they want to be really uh, always at the same level or ahead. So I'm not surprised.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting as well because I was taking a look at the overall crypto market cap because everyone's saying about how the market cap's going up and everything. When you actually take a look at the numbers, I'll just show you now. What I found interesting is that the market cap on crypto has gone over 4.2 trillion at one point. It's just recovered back to 4 trillion. But I wonder if a lot of the actual growth in the market cap from last year onwards, where it was like 2.3 trillion there, I wonder actually if a lot of it is not people buying into Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever, but certainly having more and more stuff in stable coins, because that actually means that the overall market cap of crypto is not truly rising. It's just that more and more of
It
the traditional
depends.
markets. Yeah,
It depends. I mean, if you take to really look at the crypto market, total market cap, we have to take the stable coins out.
yeah.
Stable coins are not crypto. Okay.
Exactly my thinking. Um,
So you can't see from here if you take USDT out, or is it includes USDT, this
well,
total market?
I believe it includes everything, and so this is the thing. I guess.
I'll be surprised if it does. I mean,
Yeah,
there are some that publish that which includes, yeah, but many that I've seen in the past, it really accounts only for crypto, no
yeah.
stable coins.
And
Yeah.
and you look at a lot of it as well. I'm just looking at the volumes. A lot of it is actually just the exchanges moving stuff around. Yeah, we shall see. But Yeah, I thought that was curious anyway. So
Yeah, I
whether
mean,
the
look,
market really is growing.
exchanges. So look, what you see is a lot of prints uh, from market makers. Okay,
Yeah.
so market makers, they have a lot of crypto that will go to Tether. Yeah,
Okay.
they give that as collateral, and they print more USDT, and they
Right.
do what they do best, which is shorting, longing, pumping, dumping.
Yeah.
That's what market makers do, right? So of
Well,
course,
that's it, and
I,
that's where I think a lot of it is just not fake transactions, but it's not real market type thing. So we'll
no, it's
see.
a real market, but
Mm.
the question is who is buying always, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because look, the way they make money, the big high frequency trading hedge funds, is
Hmm.
really about shorting and longing, so it's buy, selling, and getting people to buy so that they can then manipulate. No, it's not manipulate. Well, it is manipulated because if
Yeah.
they do that at large scale,
It's influencing, isn't it? Yeah.
yes, you know what I mean. It's not like malicious
Yeah. Yeah.
manipulating.
No, I'm
Uh,
with you.
it might be, who knows, but
Yeah.
there's no indication it is malicious. Okay, but uh, at some point, look, they borrow, give collateral at very low interest. Okay,
Yeah.
um, but at some point they need to pay back,
Yeah.
or they need to remove the crypto they give it as collateral. Yeah,
Yeah. If I,
otherwise they lose it. So what that happens is when you see the big dumps. Yeah, uh, and this is cyclic. So when they borrow, there's a time that they borrow, April, May, June, yeah,
yeah.
and then you see things going up, and
Yeah.
at some point they need to pay back because if they are not, well, it depends really. If the markets are still quite good, yeah, then they continue to short and long and continue to do all of those operations.
Mm.
But at some point when it comes down a little bit, they can't just, if they're not making so much money, yeah, they have to pay back, and that's when they sell and dump everything, yeah, and then
Yeah.
start over again. For them, it doesn't really matter
Yeah.
how much Bitcoin is at or not. They don't
Yeah.
care.
We'll see on that. Okay. Sorry, we've just been joined by someone. Sorry. Is it Ferris? Ferris?
Hello. Yes, it
Hey.
is Firas. How are you?
Oh,
How are
good.
you all? I
Glad.
am I am in Athens in a lounge, taking a flight from Paris to Riyadh, and I'm just staying in the lounge like for a few hours. Yeah, yeah. So I just saw the link and I joined, guys. Uh,
Perfect.
yeah,
That's great.
yeah, yeah.
We sometimes get sometimes someone who joins who's quite often he's going through, I think, Heathrow Terminal 5 at this time of day, going to Abu Dhabi. So
Yeah,
it seems that it's the favourite thing on a Sunday evening of check into the lounge and come and join the call. So that's
true.
good.
True. So lucky me, it is like until I will take my next flight at 10 and 10. So and
Okay,
when yeah, like by the end of the meeting. So
cool. Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And what's the connection with crypto and that kind of thing? Is there anything or?
So for me, basically, I was investor in crypto since 2017. This is when I entered this rabbit hole, and since then I've been investing in this space. On 2024, I was thinking to do while I was doing my Oxford Executive MBA.
Mhm.
I said I'm gonna put all my effort into the EP project, the entrepreneurial project regarding stable coins. And this is what I'm actually trying to do now back in Saudi, is
Okay.
to start a startup in stable coin.
Okay. So
Yeah.
that's really timely with what
We were just
JT and
talking
I know
about
what
it.
you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. It is 100%. It's really good timing, I think. And I am already like connecting with the regulator in Saudi. And I think very soon, maybe we'll see a sandbox.
Hmm.
But they haven't been, it's not announced yet. But I think expected like in quarter 4 this year. Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm just like meeting some technical co-founders who I think I reached to like a conclusion who I'm gonna be working with because I found him through like Y Combinator co-founder matching platform, if you know it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm just trying, but a bit busy these days because I have full-time job and I have this MBA. It is a lot of travel, a lot of learning, busy time. But very soon I will be free, inshallah, in November this year. So it will be the end. What about you guys?
Yeah, so we're a mixture of all sorts. So I've generally been interested in crypto since, I would guess, about 2013, 2014. I started hearing about it, went into it more in terms of blockchain and distributed ledger technology in about 2016. I actually did that as a consultant, helping companies to figure out how they could use blockchain for things like supply chain, provenance, a number of other products and that kind of thing, products and projects. But now I'm back in the traditional fintech world again, doing boring fiat-based things, but still taking interest. So I've been running this group for a number of years. We used to actually have physical meetups, where we used to actually meet in a local Starbucks coffee shop near where I live.
Is it in London or where is that?
It was just to the west of London, so a little town just west of London.
Is it close to Shoreditch?
No, it's about 50 kilometers west of Shoreditch.
Okay, so
yeah. But that's not bad. But yeah, Shoreditch is great. I used to go to a lot of startup events there and the crypto events and that. And in fact, I'm going to one tomorrow. I think it's Crypto Mondays London are running an event on stablecoins, funnily enough.
Oh, nice.
So I'm going to be going along to that. So yeah, so I've just been interested in the space for a number of years. Still taking interest in cryptography and the security of private keys and this kind of thing.
Amazing.
And JT, I'll leave to explain what he gets up to because he does all sorts of interesting things.
I'm amazing. Great.
Yeah, well, I'm in crypto forever. I'm one of those. For many.
Since when?
11.
Oh, 2011. Wow. Very early.
Yeah, I read the paper in 2010. So I have a strong technology background, cybersecurity background as well. So majority of people that I know in cyber, they were, people share papers, interesting things, cryptography, and it was very interesting concept. At the time, everybody was sharing it. Within my network. Yeah, so it was super interesting times. Many that I know said, "Oh, this is playing money." That's what these people call it. Vaporware money. Other guys that I know is calling it. Some went on board, some didn't. Some went on board, find a lot of Bitcoin and spend it, believe it or not. There's so many stories, man, that I have at that time. It's just insane. Yeah. But anyway,
I think JT and I, when we first got to know each other as well, was kind of like the ICO craze of 2016, 2017.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
where everyone thought that they could make loads of money and build up their companies by selling crypto tokens to represent effectively shares, although technically not. So an interesting time, definitely. But yeah, you're definitely heading into an interesting market. I know Saudi Arabia is being KSA is being very conservative in its thinking around crypto and regulation, I think.
Yeah, you're right. I think the element of stablecoin is coming like in the middle between the traditional market and the crypto market. So it is like the bridge, and maybe once we put the regulations for stablecoin, it is like introduction to crypto world, there's countries where they have like bold regulations similar to Singapore or Emirates, where they push toward innovation and without maybe thinking about the consequences that much. We are taking like a more conservative approach, similar to a lot of the majority of the countries around the world. And yeah, this is what's happened. But I am very optimistic. Like for example, the crypto is not really it's not considered illegal, but you cannot buy things with it. So,
Mm.
yeah, yeah. But you can trade. You can buy from P2P, through Binance or any other platform if you want to trade or invest in crypto.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
I,
allowed.
I guess it's one of those standard things of it's not illegal, but there's no specific laws as yet, if I understand correctly, around the crypto thing.
I think what is illegal is not like you cannot buy things with it.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, something like this. But if you want to invest or trade, you are allowed. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Actually,
What about
yeah.
What about with stables? Can you buy
What
anything?
what about, sorry?
With,
Say it again.
with stable coins, can you buy anything with it?
Yeah. No, not yet. This is like I see like when I travel to Dubai, for example, or Emirates, I see there is a lot of advertising. You can buy house or like if you want car or whatever via stable coins like USDT or other stable coins. But in Saudi or a majority of the countries around the world, it's not. I don't think it's allowed yet.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just taking a look. In fact, it's got around crypto in general in
Yeah.
Saudi at the moment. It's quite a good paper written
Yeah.
about various things that are coming in. And it comes down to it's a bit like a number of other countries where, as you say, you can trade in it,
Yeah.
but it's not generally a legally recognized commodity or anything. So, yeah,
Correct. Yeah.
definitely interesting. And again, the Middle East in general, or certainly the UAE, you take a look at Abu Dhabi, Bahrain, and Dubai. I think they're probably the three leaders in the overall crypto space in the region at the moment for being regulatory friendly, at least.
100%.
Yeah, so they're all creating, is it VASPs and the whole virtual asset service provider markets, and they seem to be putting in place some good regulation that enables this kind of stuff, which is great compared to the UK, where up until now they've put in regulations to basically stifle and limit things. So it's good. Oh, interesting. I look forward to learning more when you're in a position where maybe we can move forward on the stable.
Yeah, and actually we are doing now. We exploiting one of the legal loopholes where you can establish a company in Cayman Islands as a holding company. Then you can have like a operating company in Saudi.
Mhm.
So a lot of fintech companies, before the regulations come to or the regulatory body in Saudi put regulations regarding that, whatever, is it like buy now, pay later or whatever, you can bring the innovation through establishing a holding company in Cayman Island, and you put them, and then you establish the operating company in Saudi. And meanwhile, I think the regulatory body is SAMA. They will run a sandbox in this regard until they put the official regulations.
Okay.
Yeah. So they are somehow they are being like they want to push fintech and innovation, but they don't want to put like regulations in very fast way, where like without putting the sandbox. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, JT.
Yeah. I would like to connect with you. I think I have something to talk to you about after you told me all of this. Yeah.
Sure. 100%.
Gary, I don't think I can send a direct message somehow. I was trying to send.
I put
you can put it in the chat.
I put like in your post in WhatsApp. Sorry, Gary. In WhatsApp. So if you can just reach out to me. Are you in our group in the WhatsApp?
So it depends. Yeah, right. Yeah, Faris, I run or help out with, I would guess, about 20 or so crypto groups, which are a mixture of WhatsApp, Telegram, and Signal. So probably the best bet, if you guys want to stick your contact details in the chat.
So
sure.
Which chat was it?
Just the Zoom chat itself.
No, WhatsApp chat. Which one was it? Faris, that you?
It is the Cambridge Crypto, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If you are there, just ping me. I'm JT. Yeah.
Yeah, if you put like, I can ping you on the on Gary post. He for the last post he
Yeah, I posted out to about 30 groups just before the start of this meeting to say, hey, we're on in half an hour. So that's not going to narrow it down, unfortunately. But yeah,
yeah
one of the many Cambridge groups tends to be the thing. So we've got Rebecca who's joined us as well. And Rebecca, I think you're through one of the Cambridge groups as well, aren't you?
yeah
Yes, I am. More than one, I think. I think I'm in all. I'm in the Fight Club and no Fight Club and
Oh,
neither
yeah.
club.
Yeah, there are so many fight clubs. Yeah,
yeah. No, I'm not in the fight. I don't like to fight.
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I fight in the real world more than
I'll tell you what I can do, Ferris.
yeah
You've put your phone number there.
Yeah. I'm good.
Jake,
I found him. I found him
you've got it.
on the
That's
great
great.
great
Brilliant. Okay. Because this group is sometimes just about connecting people. And it's
yeah
great we get this opportunity that you might know something or be interested in something. And if we can share things,
yeah.
that's brilliant. Okay. So while we're talking about it, we've got Rebecca back with us. Nice to see you again, Rebecca.
Same,
Welcome.
Hi
guys.
Rebecca,
Nice to see you all.
how are
Ferraz,
you?
nice to see you again.
Hi
Yes.
Rebecca, how are you? Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good. I was on a Sunday, 8 p.m., and I thought, oh, it's podcast time.
Yeah, and you finished your exams as well. You've completed, you've graduated, so you've got
Yes, I
more time to do
graduated.
crypto.
Well, Gary, I gotta say, the life without Cambridge is not the same. I miss it. So, already looking forward to what I'm gonna do next. Probably ETA Zurich. It's
Mhm.
gonna be
Yeah.
the place for a PhD or something. But yeah, other than that, just work. And the crypto space is going very well for us at the moment.
Okay,
So
Yep.
I'm very happy.
that's
And in a little bit over a week, you're gonna hear from us for sure.
oh wow.
We
Okay,
have a very interesting project with a lot of media covering it. So
Wow.
I hope next Sunday I can bring it to the podcast.
brilliant. And are you operating out of? Is it Madrid at the moment?
Yes,
That you're
Madrid.
in? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I
Yeah,
have to.
but the hedge
I,
fund is in Switzerland. It's not in Madrid. I am in
okay.
Madrid.
Yeah. So you're running it out of Zurich or because you
The,
saying about ETH. So is that Crypto Valley? Then you're running it through?
yes, we're gonna go. Yeah, we are in the crypto valley, but the ETH in Zurich, it's just because they're a very big university when it comes to economics and finance.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
it's gonna be nearby. It's like 30 minutes drive from the sub canton where the crypto valley is.
Yep.
So we'll see. Hopefully, I will meet some interesting people in the crypto valley.
Cool.
There's already a guy, by the way, from Cambridge. He has a company there. It's quite interesting. I hope we can invite him sometime. He has a company that dedicates to hacking a wallet if you lose the seed words.
Oh, okay. Nice. Wow. Interesting.
Yeah, it's super, super interesting. I met him in one of the electives in Cambridge. But honestly, I don't think he's very interested in connecting with the crypto people. But if
That-
Why?
if we, I don't know why. I saw him and I was like, oh, that's it. Honestly, it was weird at first because to be around someone who does that for a living, you start
Mm,
thinking that he's gonna hack into all of your accounts every
yeah.
second. But still, I think it's a very interesting company, honestly. Yeah,
but
but.
but he reckons he can help people get back into the wallets if they've lost their seed phrase or something. Then is that right?
Yeah, well, that's what I read on the LinkedIn.
I would like to
And
see that.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
I have no idea, but guys, you're more than welcome to check it out. He's Marcin. Wait a second, I'll tell you. Marcin Sarakowski.
Okay,
Okay.
that's going to be a
Okay, so
fun
if you
name.
want to look at the idea is if anybody can get him on any of the groups, that would be wonderful.
Okay, yeah. It's a curious one. I'd certainly be interested in learning a little bit more because I've heard a number of people who've claimed that they can get into things and
Look,
surely it's
they
hard.
it used to be possible, yeah. So, for example, no, I'm not going to say names of wallets, okay, but until 2018, 19, until the end of 2019, with about 900K of Google computing power, it was possible to break some of the wallets that were on the market. Okay, so because the cryptography was pretty bad. It's the same thing. Like I think we discussed this last week, wasn't it? The law firm that sent to a lot of the crypto wallets from 2010 and 11 sent a message saying if you don't move these wallets, we will consider by 30th of September, we will consider as these wallets abandoned and will take over. How are they going to take over? It's very simple. The wallets at that time, the Bitcoin wallets that were being created at that time, had a very, very weak cryptography. Yeah. And with quantum computing today, there must be someone that already figured out how to break those wallets. Otherwise, why would this law firm in the US publish on their website, send a message to a lot of the wallets from that time that I haven't been moved yet? It's because their client, they are acting on behalf of a client. They actually say on their website, their client probably found a way to break them, I think by 30th of September, we're going to, onwards, we're going to see a lot of shit happening. A lot of shit, I'm telling you.
We'll definitely see. Just for everyone's info, by the way, as Rebecca was talking about that, I think this is actually the company that's based out of Zug.
Well, he has more than one though. He has this one,
okay.
and then there's another one called Token Recovery, which is the one that I checked while I was in Cambridge. This one I don't know it, but it's very similar.
Yeah.
And it has the same colors though, so.
Yeah, I think he's probably just set up a few different sites or whatever. So yeah, that's certainly worthwhile checking out. I mean, recoveris.io is probably the easy one to remember. So there you go, JT. There's one to check out later on.
Yeah, I don't know, honestly. I think it's very interesting because to the extent of my knowledge to crack a wallet right now, like JT said, it was impossible. So I don't know how to do it. Would love to hear about it, but I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Also, because in terms of security, it would be amazing to know how they're doing it so we can avoid it,
Well, exactly.
They're not going to tell you.
No.
Obviously, they're never going to tell me, any of us.
Yeah. Well, it's certainly interesting. I agree with what JT was saying, that in the early days, the wallet security was nowhere near as strong. So I think originally, in fact, it was 12-word seed phrases quite often, wasn't it? Whereas these days it's 24 plus 1, I think is the standard for a lot of the time, which makes it, if you think about how the exponential function works on crypto, that makes it incredibly more complex.
There's a lot of scams around as well. So people say, yeah, we can break you, but we need to get paid this amount of money. And then in the end, they never guarantee it. You cannot guarantee it because while you're breaking cryptography of anything, so many things can go wrong. And then, your wallet is done. And they'll say, and actually, when you sign the agreement with this type of companies, they will tell you, things can go wrong and you need to pay us, So I don't know. I always take with a bit of a pinch of salt, but it depends. I mean, if they're going to go for certain type of wallets, old wallets, maybe it's possible today. Okay? So
yeah. But never say no, I think, is the thing these days.
True, but the amount of computing power to break some of those. Look, if they're elliptic curve based, then yes, they can. Okay? If it's elliptic, so ECC is flawed. Okay, if someone is there's a couple of papers have been published already for 5 or 6 years. I think actually was one from someone from Cambridge. I need to dig that out, by the way. They basically expose ECC curves, and those curves can actually be broken with enough computing power. So
but it's interesting as well. A lot of people don't realize that the likes of Bitcoin, you've not just got a single method of encryption involved. You've got ECDSA, you've got the whole signing piece, you've got RSA 256, you've got is it Ripend is another part. So actually, it's more complex than just cracking a single piece of cryptography. It's usually multi-layered, or certainly the more modern stuff is. So yeah, interesting though. Always worth checking into.
Yeah, and remember one thing: to break, they need to at least know the public key, which means the wallet has to have already had one transaction.
Yeah.
Until a wallet has one transaction, there is no public key available anywhere on the chain. That's it.
Actually, no, because a
it is, Magari.
No, because a public key is effectively an address. Now, whether there's anything in that address or not.
No. Wallet address is one thing, okay? And then you have a private key and a public key. Yeah? The public key is only shared on the blockchain when a transaction happens. There's no reason for the public key to exist if there was no transaction in the wallet.
Okay.
It's as simple as that, yeah? So when you create the wallet, when you have some of the crypto transfer to that wallet, in principle it's safe, yeah? Because nobody knows the public key. But the problem is that the cryptography that was used to create some of these early wallets is weak. By knowing the address, these guys can brute force.
Okay. Sorry, I realize now I'm thinking of DAGs. So a DAG,
that's a different type. That's a different type of DLT.
Yeah, so it's a decentralized acrylic grid where
it's not a blockchain.
Effectively every key already exists. It's just that it's when you get to use it, which is what makes them a lot faster, because you don't have to go and generate stuff. So okay, well we'll see where all of that goes. So it's an interesting mix then. So we've got Rebecca, who's going to be announcing something interesting next week, but can't talk about it yet. We've got Faraz, who's working on something who can't really talk that much about it until it goes into place. I've got JT, who's always got stuff going on that he can never talk about.
For me, it's very simple as a stable coin. So it's about stable coin. Yeah. So
Faraz, are you Saudi, or you just live there?
I am Saudi. 100% Saudi.
Okay.
Yeah, and you?
Hey, I'm surprised. I'm surprised to see someone from Saudi actually trying to create already stables. But it's a good thing. Yeah, it's really a good thing.
Yeah. It's we don't have like much of expertise, especially in Saudi, for blockchain, because there is no market for it. While if you go to, for example, Dubai or Emirates, there is, because they have like already they put regulations and they attract their talents to the region. But yeah, and if you look around, maybe you go to India, you find more talent than China and Europe, especially Eastern Europe as well. Yeah, and this is the situation here. Yeah, but I think once we have the regulation for stablecoin, we will see a lot of things moving. A lot of talents will come to the country. You know. Yeah, and I'm not the only one who's working on stablecoin startup. There is actually another folks who's working toward this. Yeah,
and I think that's the other thing as well, that you find different countries develop their own ecosystems. So like how it is we've got today, lots of people know each other through Cambridge or through London. Or through Zurich, or certainly Crypto Valley, and that there's these whole communities, and it's nice to see. Like Saudi seems to be growing its own community, the UAE, or certainly Dubai and Abu Dhabi has definitely got its own communities, but they seem to be led more by like Binance, I guess. Because Binance has got quite a strong presence and that kind of thing. So it's good to see these hubs kind of growing.
100%. Yeah. I think we have an initiative called Fintech Saudi, Fintech or Fintech Saudi. It's quite recent, and they are the one who's like leading all these movements. It is an initiative created by the Saudi regulator, which is called SAMA. It's like the central bank and the Capital Market Authority. So they jointly initiate this initiative, and they like one of their products that they announced like in the recent years. Buy now, pay later. What else? Yeah, well, this is the one I remember. Buy now and pay later. Yeah.
Yeah, because weren't they also doing something around the inter-country settlements as well at a national level? I think it was. But there was something. I'm trying to remember what the Welsh word for river is. Ebba, something. There was something which involved KSA.
Mada?
Which, sorry?
Mada?
It wasn't Mada. I've forgotten what it was now. But it was basically inter-country settlement schemes between some of the big banks and possibly some of the central banks as well.
Yeah.
It wasn't Aadhaar because that's the Indian identity project. It'll come back to me later. But
I think there is like the project that you are mentioning now is led by China, if I'm not mistaken. And
I think that's a different one. There seems to be so many of these things.
It seems you know everything.
No, I'm constantly learning. That's what I find fascinating about this space. That as much as I think I know, and I keep learning more. So yes, it's certainly a fascinating space to be learning about. Yeah,
I'm quite curious to learn more about. I don't know how much you can share, Faraz, about regulation in KSA. Do you know anything? Is it coming? Can you share? No.
I think there is movement toward the stablecoin in terms of blockchain, and they might put regulation. Not regulation. They will start with sandbox, and then after that we can have maybe proper regulations. But as you may know, stablecoin is like, as I said before, it's like the medium between the traditional market and crypto market, between the traditional finance and DeFi and all these crypto projects. Yeah.
And in fact, JC, I'm just sharing at the moment, or thinking the whole thing about the regulatory sandbox framework that SAMA has produced. So there's some quite interesting stuff in there. It might be worthwhile taking a look at about what they're doing. And
I've seen recently a concept. Someone is just conceptually what they wanted to do is to
JC, your line's going. You sound like you're going through a river or something. We've lost you. You've gone, which means I can at least talk about the project I was talking about before, Faraz. Project ABBA, in fact.
ABBA.
Yeah,
okay.
Here we go. So they go Central Bank UAE, Saudi Central Bank, and a few others. And it was about the whole thing of doing settlements between country banks.
Yeah, great. I will check out. Thank you.
There we go. JT, you're breaking up. You're coming in. You're going to the docks of the mall.
Excuse me, gents and Rebecca. I'm going downstairs to catch my flight. I will log in soon. Okay, I might catch you.
Do come and rejoin us if you can. If not, safe journey.
Thank you very much.
We'll speak again.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Nice meeting you all, and Rebecca. See you. Take care. Bye.
Yes.
Bye.
The question now is: has JC managed to rejoin or not? No, he's gone as well. So
doesn't matter, Gary. We are enough.
Rebecca, we need with you on. We need nobody else.
Nobody else is needed. Exactly. All attention here.
Yeah. So, are you up to anything else in the crypto space, or are you focusing on your project with going live next week?
Well, the project is a token that we have developed with the help of. It was a Cambridge crew involved. And we will announce it properly on Thursday 26th, I think it is, or 28th. this week, not the next one. No, Thursday next week. It will be
Okay.
announced in the hometown of the token, which is not Spain or Switzerland, but it's a very interesting proposal that will gather different industries. We are very proud of what we've done, and we are very happy about it. But always, my main focus it is and it will be the hedge fund. That's my area, Gary. I mean, I have a
Yep.
tech company that does the rest, and it's involved with the programming of tokens, the blockchain. But my main focus and the one that I run as CEO is the hedge fund.
Okay.
The rest is like it's nice to be involved with, but yeah, not my scenario.
So what's your more general thing at the moment about the crypto market? Because people are always saying, is it up, down, sideways, or whatever? Are you getting any sense of where the market is at the moment?
Actually, I gotta say, Gary, I have a conversation that I keep sharing with everybody on July 23rd, where I had a graph of Bitcoin. I was like, this is gonna happen. I think this is gonna happen. This is, it's gonna go down to 116, and if it goes down, it goes down to 112. And there were a lot of different predictions at the time, like always. I gotta say, I nailed it. So honestly, I think it has patterns. It always has patterns. And yes,
Hmm.
obviously, news, events, they create different responses from the market. But if you really look at the technical side, and I think technical, it's about 66, 70% for me of the market. That's my view, and it would always be my view.
Yeah.
So I think that it always stays about 2 to 3 months in the same lateral area, which would be from 116 to 122.
Hmm.
And then it will decide. My take, it's gonna go up. I
Okay.
have a lot of orders to buy if it reaches 116. If it goes even below that, I will buy again. But my take is March next year. That's my end game. My entire strategy is based on that. And from December to March, it should be really, really high. I was aiming for 127,000. But honestly, when it hit 122, I chickened out and I left the market.
Because I noticed it did go up through 123, and it kind of technically spiked. It says on here 124, 470, but that's
Hmm.
just the top of the candle, so it may not have actually really reached that. But it looks
It
like
did
it's,
for a second. I think it was around 2
yeah,
a.m. I don't know. I got a notice, and it was in the evening time for European
yeah. So
zone.
I
Yeah,
can
but it
give
was like a
you
second.
I can give you my view, Rebecca. 132
on 3-2.
by end of September. Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Okay,
Look,
so you think 132
100%. I
could
uh,
be?
in my opinion, yes. Okay, but look, by 30th of September, the US have passed all the crypto laws, and that was already communicated by what is it? Tim Scott, Senator. I think it was Tim Scott, if I'm not mistaken, where they
Okay.
all agreed by 30th September has to be in place. So you can guess what's going to happen. Well, you're going to see once there are regulations in place, yeah, many regulated companies in the US, many corporates will jump in. And from then onwards, it's going to be madness. For example, I'm just going to share a few things, okay? I've been approached by several exchanges to help them to acquire Bitcoin, okay? Everyone is looking for Bitcoins at the moment. Exchanges, um, market makers, OTC desks. I know of one OTC desk, good brand, good name. I'm not going to share which one. They only have 176 Bitcoin left. Okay? So you can guess when they start to run out of Bitcoin, guess what's going to happen? Right?
Or I guess the other thing is where you're saying like 132 or whatever, that's not actually that big a growth compared to where the market is now.
It is. It
It's
is
it's it's
because
10%,
no,
isn't it?
no. No,
It's not
Gary.
less than 10%.
Yeah.
No, Gary. The higher,
124 to 232.
no,
Yeah.
no. We have to. We can't see it from that perspective because for each part of a Bitcoin, the price is higher, and the higher it is, the more billions you need to pay for it. So the higher it goes, the more difficult will be. The more money will be needed to buy those Bitcoins.
Yeah. But just the simple maths. If it's holding at around 120ish, then 132 is only 10%,
Yeah,
which
10%,
is not massive.
10%, but guess how much in US dollar is going to be needed as you go to that level, to 132.
Yeah. I'm with you. Yeah,
But
I get it.
it's still
You're
very.
not buying it at 120 or
Mhm.
110. You're going to buy it more. As it goes up, it becomes harder and harder because the more liquidity in USD is needed to buy to reach a certain level.
Yeah.
Now, do you know what it will be easy? It can be easy because it's all about the order book. If the order the spread, if the order book is very thin, like they did to take it back to 120, 121, when it came from 189, it was like butter. And it was so thin, the order book, that they were just buying. There was not many people selling, so they're just buying, and then just, you see all of those green candles. So it could be quite straightforward as well. If there's nobody selling, it could go very quickly up.
Well, here you go. Here's the buys and sells at the moment, because you can see the split and everything. And
But I gotta say, honestly, if to predict a specific number that it will go up, it's very complicated when we are hitting maximums in the history of Bitcoin. But my idea always has been, if you predict a number, for example, I said 127, I get out 122. I never wait for the last dime. So if you say 132, JT, if it reaches 128, maybe consider leaving it.
So there's one thing you need to look out for, okay? But again, you need to be connected to certain type of services to look at this. It's how many shorts and how many longs are at any point in time.
yeah.
But you
So-
can see that on the platform. Yeah,
So
for
if-
example, I use Deribit and you can see that how many shorts and how many longs
So
you have it.
if you know there's a lot of liquidations up to 132, then you know that at some point, that's the difficult part. The difficult part is not to guess, where are the shorts and where is the kill zone and so on. Yeah, it is the timing. When are the market makers going to go after that money? Yeah, and when they decide to go, it will go fast. It's very simple. The timing is. So I agree with you. You shouldn't have to wait for the number. Yeah, absolutely not. But you need to figure out where is the kill zone. 132, 107K, probably. So then the question is, are they going to go first to the shorts or to the longs first? And then the next one is when. It's impossible to predict and to try to make money out of it. Everyone that tries to do that, if you're not a very strong market maker with enormous amount of liquidity, most likely you're gonna to time it properly, you're gonna lose money.
Yeah.
Of course, it is hard. But sorry, Gary, I just gotta say. So that's why you usually go. If you're in a short term, then fine and go do your thing. But if you go medium to long, then you have time to respond. And sometimes that's all it takes. It's the flexibility. We're in highly volatile market. So if I go in and make a prediction, I might say, okay, this will happen by March next year. By March doesn't mean that it will happen exactly in March, because if I thought that, then I would just buy it in January instead of doing it now. If I do it now and I wait until March, that gives me time to make it happen. If you see it happening, then you get out and you wait for the next opportunity to get in. Or if you are bound, like we are by law, because hedge funds are not free to do whatever we want. We are bound by the regulator, then I just buy something else and wait. But usually you cannot nail neither the exact number or the time obviously, but you gotta be prepared. So you position yourself in the way that you think it's gonna go, and you wait it out. That's
Uh,
medium to long term.
yeah. I was going to say the thing I always like about JT is he is one of the few people who will put a specific number and a specific date on something on his forecast, which is really good. He doesn't get it right very often, but I'll give fair play that he does at least offer something pretty specific on that. So
Well, I
we'll
was
see that.
right when I told you 1, 2, 3, and you went to 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, he gets it right sometimes. Hey, look, we got a couple more joining us in the evening outdoors. Yaniv, hey, is Yaniv going to work out? Oh, they've gone away. I think those guys sometimes join us late on, and then they don't quite connect through. So yeah, Rebecca and JT,
Yeah,
I think
it's hard to
both
predict the
like
markets. I've told you this many times, and I tell everyone, but it's always good to put a number so you actually have a target, being right
Exactly.
or wrong, then you can work backwards, like Rebecca said. Shall I wait? No. And the difficult then is actually the timing of it. I mean, I said several times, it's all about timing. If you time it wrong, uh, and there's always a few events we need to look out, like, crypto laws in the US are going to be approved by 30 September. You don't need to think too much about that. What people think is going to happen. Yeah? Regulation drives adoption, right? We've seen that in history many times. When the internet regulations kicked in, internet never stopped. The same with railways. I mean, there's so many examples in history. So crypto is no different. Yeah? Regulations in place in the US, it's going to go mental around the world. Okay?
and that ties in what I've always said, that once you've got the market regulated, then that provides the stability to then let the traditional markets, which is what we're seeing, the hedge funds, the asset managers, the pensions, all beginning to pile into the space. And you're seeing it more and more now with companies beginning to put some crypto into their treasury as a hedging capability. Well, as soon as a number of big companies do that, it definitely buys up. As always, though, this is not a recommendation, blah 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 type thing. So we shall see. So what else is happening in the market? Anyone got any other news or insights or anything to share? Anything we need to be aware of?
Well, I gotta say, Gary, I received the other day an email, very concerning email. I'm leaving it out there maybe for the next podcast because I know it's nearly the end. But I received an email from KuCoin saying that, and this is the second time this happens to us, for all Spanish clients, all the futures and derivatives positions were gonna be terminated in, what was it, like 12 hours? Heads up.
Okay. Okay.
Which means that obviously if you have a long-term position and you're losing, but you bought it because you know that in 3 months' time or whatever it's gonna go up, then you're out of the market with a 12-hour advance, or whatever it was, 24, 6 hours. I don't remember. It was a crazy thing. But in February, we got the same situation with Deribit, who out of the bloom decided to install margin calls because the UI regulators made them do that in derivatives, which means that if you had your 100% wallet invested in derivatives at the moment, you were liquidated when the announce came out, because obviously you didn't have enough to put in the margin, which in the case of a buyer, if you're buying, if you're on the buyer side, you don't need to provide liquidity, you don't need to provide margin calls, because I'm buying, I'm not selling. So I don't have, either I win it all or I lose the entire thing. I don't need margin calls, but they put it in place. So I gotta say, it's quite concerning what is happening to exchanges. This is the second time that happens. I think that we need to look into this, and I think it's dangerous because there's gonna be a lot of file suits against KuCoin for this. Because if I have a position and I lost it because of KuCoin, then I'm gonna sue them, obviously. But that is just a real danger there of going broke for any of these platforms due to the amount of lawsuits that they're gonna get.
Yep. Yeah.
Not to mention ethical procedures.
Yeah, and it's one of those things as well that if they're having to do it because the regulator's pushing it, it's like, where is the
Yeah.
actual obligation? There was a similar thing in the UK were, I can't remember the company who launched them now, that Hargreaves Lansdown in the UK were offering a crypto ETF, if I remember correctly. And then the FCA banned retail crypto ETFs. So Hargreaves Lansdown had to freeze the fund, not quite the same as what you're saying, but they wouldn't allow any further funds to come in. You're only allowed to take your funds out, which then meant a load of people had their money tied in. They had to close the accounts and that. So yeah, sometimes I think some of the exchanges are kind of doing a knee-jerk reaction to what the regulators are telling them. So they're in a no-win, because you're right. It carries the risk of litigation. But I think that's where if you read the small print,
where that's the problem with KuCoin. Where they're not regulated anywhere, as far as I know. So they are.
But they have to be. They have a homeland.
And
they
have
have a place.
Seychelles. So good luck.
Well, they're not regulated in Spain. That's why they're doing this.
Yeah, but look, they are. They were created, I think, in China. Then they moved to Singapore. Then Singapore, and they moved to Seychelles. So try to. That's the problem, and I guarantee you, Rebecca, that when you're going to look at TNCs, somewhere it says that they can do this. I bet you.
But it's unethical. I mean, they're playing with every trader in the platform. That's not fair. We go out there and we say this is a transparent market, this is ethical market, we are better than traditional because we have all of these transparent policies, and then we do this kind of stuff. This is just not, it doesn't sound like crypto, it sounds like Wall Street. This is the kind of thing that somebody pull out on Wall Street, not in the crypto market.
I think sadly you're right. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Right. I guess at that point as well, we're just about to hit on the hour. It's a shame to leave it at that point on a less positive note, but hopefully next week we'll get some more positive things that we can share and talk about. But Rebecca, thanks for sharing that with Derivac and KuCoin. And I agree, it's really, really bad when those kind of things happen. Well, folks,
by the way, and any of what I said is not a financial advice. So
absolutely, yeah.
Me too. Disclaimer.
This is not financial regulatory or taxation advice or legal advice or anything. So, folks, Rebecca and JC, thanks for joining us anyway. And for anyone who's watching this afterwards, come along and join us next week. And have a great day, folks.